Okay guys, as you know, I've put all my motorcycles up for sale. And I'm getting a lot of like, oh my God, how can you do this? It's the end of the world type of reaction, which it is. And so I owe everybody an explanation of why this is happening. Everybody's going, well, how can you have all this stuff and be broke? Which is unfortunately my reality. I've got stuff and no money. This is what has happened. Due to our economic implosion, I was at the right place at the right time with the right knowledge and hungry. I was able to run around and risk other people running around with my trucks and trailers, which I was able to buy, and make a little bit of money in a short period of time and buy a couple little motorcycles from being very broke. All this I've accrued pretty much in 5 years. Now what has happened is in the last 5 years, Craigslist, as opposed to having about 60 or 70% of the ads, has become essentially the 95% guy. They're the elephant in the room. There's almost nowhere else that you can go and find an ad. There's only several ways you can find a motorcycle to resell. This is how I've made my living for 33 years. You find a bike, you turn it and you flip it. I've tried the work on other people's bikes routine, didn't work very good for me. I've tried the resell parts routine, new parts, used parts. None of that stuff has really clicked well for me. What's clicked well, what I've done very, very well, very successfully at certain times, is find X bike, find X buyer, and sell it. That's why most of these videos are this is this bike and this is this bike. This is a bike I bought and sold. And what has happened, Craigslist has completely by accident, or perhaps with intention, I don't know, has put out of business most of the printed word for reselling anything. The Recycler, the Cycle Trader, the local LA Times, the Chicago Sun-Times, any of your newspapers, they probably don't have an ad that you can buy something and turn around and resell it, because those ads take time to come out, they cost somebody money, instant gratification on Craigslist, you get to buy and sell your bike. And what has happened with Craigslist is this: it's a free ad, it's instantaneous, but they have over 250 individual Craigslist in just the United States. And because it's instantaneous, 24 hours a day, there's new information going on each and every Craigslist. So either you never sleep and have clones of a few hundred people, and all of a sudden are looking at every Craigslist at the same time, you can't find anything, because they have taken and bought all the proxies throughout all the world, because they're making $20 million a year per employee. Are loaded. Mr. Craig is worth $400 million right now, and figures it's a good idea to not let anybody else look on Craigslist besides them. And their search agents within their own Craigslist suck really bad. Maybe it finds it, and maybe it don't. Very poor search agents that they have in their own listing. So for a period of time now, I had a little program that I was able to rent, if you will. It wasn't my program. No names mentioned, but it wasn't my program, but I had access to it. And I was able to find magic ad over here or magic ad over there and send it to me in 5 minutes, and I'd go, oh, whoa, make a phone call. And all the national search agents that people had, like One Craigs, they're gone because they bought up all the proxies. What they have done is they've licensed in limited ability various cell phone apps that are only good for a specific area that are not timely. So maybe in a half hour, maybe in a couple hours, you might get a notification within a very small parameter. You can only have so many limited notifications. Well, 5 or 6 or 10 notifications within a couple hour range, or even say a West Coast range, doesn't do me any good, because most of the bikes are either too expensive, people want 15 grand for their $5,000 bike right now, or they're out of the country. And so there's almost nothing left to buy. What is too expensive, and because I can no longer see Craigslist in mass, in other words, I cannot see the newspaper, so I have been immediately put out of work. What I've done for 33 years is no longer able to sustain myself and pay the bills. I'm out of work. I cannot find, even if I sat down 15 hours a day and blank over every ad for 15 hours a day, which I did that when I first got out of prison, I did that. Going boink, 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 boink over every ad. I had a blister on my little finger and I wore out the touchpad and little boinky, boinky, boinkies on several laptops, Panasonic Toughbook laptops, wore them out. Completely destroyed them by going boink, boink, boink over every ad. There's not enough bikes there for me to have a viable enough income to support what this takes to pay the bills for this here. So we have this little thing called crowdfunding nowadays, and one of the guys was nice enough to call me and say, hey, I'll contribute $500 and everybody else to do the same thing. And I was like, man, I don't want to take your money. It's like, this is going to be so expensive. Another guy emailed me, anything, I got to help him. Oh, well, he's over in Ireland, he's got a little kid. I know most of you guys are struggling, barely able to pay the bills. So I'm not asking any of you for any money. That to me would be wrong. I'm not asking anybody for any money, but this is my reality. I have $2,000 in my name. I'm out of money, I'm out of work, and I have assets, okay, that I've been willing to share with the world through YouTube, which for a little bitty tiny original paint knucklehead collection, I'm the only guy in the world willing to do that. Everybody else puts them in a little black hole and you never see them. That's the reality of everybody else. So I found a little bit of documentation of documenting these motorcycles and a whole bunch of other people's bikes. And I would dearly love to make it a TV show with a weekly deal of going out and exploring the history of Harley Davidson. Harley Davidson has not taken notice of this need as of this time. We, as a collective group, have the power to make them take notice. There's over 6,000 subscribers to our little channel. It's not my little channel, it's our channel. It's a group of guys that have a vested interest in this stuff, in this history. That's why you are subscribing to this channel. It's us, it's not me, it's not you, it's us as a group. And us as a group have power. The power is this. There's this little crowdfunding thing that everybody can do. If you guys as a group decide that you want me to continue and not sell off this collection, I have no ability at this time to make a living. My ability to make a living is completely evaporated in front of my face. I have no ability at all to make a living. My little rent, just my little stupid ass rent, the house, this stuff, is $10,000 a month. So I can't go get a job. The job's not going to pay me that kind of money. So that's my reality. But at 6,000 guys, if every one of you, say, contributed $500 a guy, we just raised $3 million. All of a sudden, that's a chunk of change. That's a lot of money. Well, I'm not saying send $500. I'm not saying send $5. I'm saying you decide whether you want this collection en masse to stay together and maybe continue this exploration of the history of Harley Davidson for us as a group. If the group decides, I'll gladly devote my life to doing that for everybody. It's a lot of time, a lot of devotion, a lot of passion that goes on into making these little stupid videos I've been putting out. They're totally amateur videos. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, we managed to raise that kind of money. Okay, well, I do have huntingharleys.tv. We can have a little internet, actual TV show, you know, professional TV show for ourselves, for our group, for our guys, showing this stuff and exploring more stuff, and we get that, and we actually get a crowdfunding to that degree. I assure you, Harley Davidson's going to take notice. You go, whoa, I guess maybe we should do something about that. Harley Davidson's loaded. They're sitting on billions, not millions, billions. And they're ignoring our little group. But if we get big enough and bad enough, they will take notice. And we can continue this exploration. So you guys decide. If you want this to continue, then you got to make it happen. I'm out of an avenue of making money. The only way I can pay the rent at this point in time for this upcoming month called November is to sell one of these machines. I'm out of money. I've tried. I've talked to these people and those people, and I'm out of options. That's why they're for sale, because I'm broke. And I have no income. I have no ability to make any money at this time. It's been completely taken away from me by Craigslist. And And anybody who does this buy and sell routine on a national level, they've lost it too. And Craigslist don't care because they're loaded. Then there isn't another avenue. I can't get enough bikes at a swap meet. I can't go to the dealer auction and go, hey man, you got any knuckles and pans at the dealer auction? There's no other avenue. That's the newspaper. My newspaper is like I just lost my eyesight, lost my hearing. I have no ability to look at the newspaper, not in any functional level. So I'm making this video. I've gotten emails, and phone calls, and offers, and they're all just regular guys. But we need you. So I'm putting out to the world, all the guys who watch the YouTube and Instagram, and going, hey, if you want this to continue, you guys decide. I'm out of time, I'm out of money, I push it as hard and as far as I can. I got no inventory bikes left to speak of. One, the 99 nitrate, that's going to go a long ways when that sells. Oh yeah, I'm out of money. And so the bikes, I have to move the shop. I have no choice but to move the shop because I lost the lease on this place. I'm out, I gotta go. And that's the only place for me to go. I couldn't rent any place. I spent $150,000 a year and a half looking around the country for another place. Couldn't find another place. That was the only place that would rent to me. Why? Because I don't have $250,000 cash in the bank. I don't have a 5-year profit and loss statement, 5 years of taxes. And you got dummy corporations with millions of dollars running these businesses out here for 3 years at $1,000 more a month, $2,000 more a month, and putting a grow shop in the back, making tens of millions of dollars on legal weed in Colorado. That's what's going on. And that has prevented me from renting any other place. The only reason why I got the place next door I've been trying to fix up and move into is because it was a grow shop and they got busted. I got it on a sublease. That's the reason why I found any place at all. So I'm still $150,000 away, plus moving money, plus rent, so $250,000 away just to get next door. So I'm out of money and I'm out of time. So you guys decide if our channel collectively means enough to everybody out there. There's over 6,000 subscribers to our channel. We've got 2.4 million views. That's over 1/3 the views that Harley Davidson Motor Company has on their channel. It's been around twice as long. So there's a whole bunch of guys out there who are going to watch this little video and my other little videos. Aren't even subscribers. They're just hit and miss and hit and miss. And they don't want anybody to know they're subscribing and looking at the channel. This is my reality. This is me emotionally naked in front of the world. Okay? I'm not asking for anybody to send money. If you want to, you decide. You as a collective group decide. So if some of you are going, shut up already, how do we do it? If that's the case and you want to do it, you send a PayPal to huntingharleys@gmail.com. That's my email. That's also my PayPal account. huntingharleys@gmail.com. So you guys decide if that's what you want to do and you want to try and save the channel and this collection for us as a group to go through and continue what we've been doing. And I'll see you guys on the next video.